Lives fans, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Spotlight On. As you guys know, Days is celebrating their 50th anniversary, and we here at Dishin Days want to bring you exclusive interviews with some of your favorite Days of Our Lives star. And today is no exception. We have Mr. Sonny Kiriakis himself, Freddie Smith. Hi, Freddie.
Jackson, Sonny.
What's going on?
Jackson, Sonny Kiriakis.
I mean, if you're going to intro
Well,
that.
excuse me.
That's like just calling me Mark Freeman. It's Mark J. Freeman Flynn.
We've never said that. We've never
Flynn's
said
the
that.
new edition.
We have never said that.
No.
In case you guys forgot who we were, I'm your host, Tony Moore, and my chocolate twin to my left is...
James Lott Jr.
And the future ex, Mrs. Billy Flynn, with the hair higher than Jimmy Neutron, is...
Ooh.
Mark J. Freeman.
Well, now that we have all that out of the way, including the correction on Sonny Kiriakis' real name, thanks for joining us, Freddie.
This is awesome. I was telling them guys, I'm so impressed with this studio. I want to hang out here more often.
You can. You can come by anytime and dish days with us, or just chat with us, or just sit and just watch us.
We always
Yeah,
watch.
do stuff.
We got couch.
Yeah.
I like the
Our
couch.
therapy couch.
Yeah, just
like
don't
that.
show the couch right now because it's full of
Yeah,
Do not
stuff.
cut to the
It's full of
couch.
the
Don't
most
cut to the couch.
random
Don't cut to
stuff.
the couch.
Well, fans have tweeted us, they have messaged us on Facebook,
Begged.
and begged for
Pleaded.
us to have you in the studio because they're like, anytime we ask, who do you guys want to see in the studio? It's always Freddie Smith.
Freddie
Freddie
Smith.
Smith.
Freddie
And I was
Smith,
like,
Freddie Smith, Freddie
yeah,
Smith, Freddie Smith.
I couldn't say that, but
Yeah,
twice.
Freddie
So
Wow.
it's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really, I would have to say that's probably hands
Firstborn
down the most.
children, everything. They were like,
Yeah.
they were going to offer us anything to get you on.
I mean, there was a
Wow,
GoMe
all right.
fund that was started in order to get you here. Like they went all out.
Yeah.
Wow.
They went all
Well,
out.
thank you, because I'm here now, and
Yeah.
I just can't wait to just chit chat with y'all.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's get right into it. So.
Are we doing an interview, or are we just watching an episode of Days?
What's episode days?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cut to
Yeah,
roll tape,
and
please.
go.
That's what Fridays. Yeah, right.
Yes.
We should do that. We should do like that. What was the TV show where they had the robots that watch movies and commentate?
Oh, yeah.
We should do a Days of Our Lives episode like that, where we all just sit in front and just commentate the whole time.
Oh my God, that would be fun.
That
to do,
would be
like,
fun.
live
Couch, but
shit.
I'm here.
That was my idea. I want to copyright that. I get all the funds for that.
Is that foreshadowing? But you guys can't see this at home, but they've got like 6 neckties
Yes.
on the
That's-
couch.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
Yes.
the necktie
We don't mess
killer has
around,
struck
Freddie.
again,
We
so
don't
we
mess
have
around.
to we
I
have
gotta
to
be
wear
my
the
best
ties.
behavior.
Yeah.
You could be next. That's right.
Get Ben in here on you.
I know. I think the scariest part was watching his muscles bulge when he was
Yes.
holding onto that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That was very
Intense.
intense.
Yes.
Intense.
Yes.
How do you feel about Will being
Killed.
Killed.
I'll say it.
yeah.
Well, there's 2 parts to this, and then I also want to clear up something I said in another interview. You say one little thing and people attack you.
Do it.
Right.
First of all, what I was saying as an actor, as Freddie, I was telling you guys earlier that sometime in April or May, I got a message from Guy Wilson, and all it said was "bro." And I was like, "Yo, what's going on? Like, what's up?" And he just goes, "You're never gonna believe it." I said, "What?" He goes, "I'm dying." I was like, "You're dying? How?" He goes, "I get strangled. I was like, "By who?" He's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna be leaving. This is blah blah." And then like 2 days later, bing 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 bing, like I get a phone call, and I knew why I was
Right.
gonna go
Yeah,
back
yeah,
right
yeah,
at that.
yeah.
And I hope I didn't just But
No,
anyway,
they
he
know
you're
did
not
tell
talking,
me.
they know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was just blown away that that's the route that they went. 'Cause that's the last thing you would think on a character that's been there forever.
Yes.
But then my comment was, I said there was good closure, and the good closure not on the love story, but the closure in the sense that Sonny has to go back for closure to see his husband.
Right.
If he didn't go back, I mean,
It'd be weird.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's,
It would be
it's
weird.
terrible that he died.
Yeah.
No one wants that, but as the character, you would obviously go back to
Right.
see your husband, and I don't know. It was just I don't know, an interesting end to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would say I just saw the new. I think it's the new soap opera digest. They were interviewing Alison Sweeney, and
Yeah.
she wasn't very happy. She didn't have very nice things to say about it.
Ruh-roh.
She said that she
Well,
thinks it might have been a big mistake.
Well, that is an open invitation for Allison Sweeney to come in
right.
and chat with us here at AfterBuzz TV.
See how I laughed at that one right up in there?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But no, so you bring up a good character because he's a what they call a legacy character. I mean, his character has been on since pre-birth. I mean, like Sammy's whole storyline, Lucas and Austin and all that was Will.
Yeah.
And to actually do this, we're going to talk about more on our other show, of course, but I just wondering when you said that, it really brought something for you, too. Like, this is kind of weird. It's Will.
Well, you don't expect it, you know? Because you could have had us just walking off in the sunset together.
Which has happened many times with characters. Not you guys, but others.
So, have they released, like, what happens to me when I'm back yet?
No.
Or is that still a secret?
Just that you're there to see Will.
Come back. Yeah.
But now we know it's more than that.
Well, what I hated, and I've expressed this on the show, I think we all have, is that during the time that, you know, you came back in town and Will was discovering himself and then you guys got together, like the whole storyline was built so beautifully. And, you know, it began, you know, with this, you know, beautiful wedding, you know, with your life together. And then it just went to
pieces.
Pops, pieces.
I'm finishing a lot of your sentences today.
And so, you know, how did you feel about the way that Days dealt with the storyline and you coming on and being a very openly gay character and then having to deal with a character that is discovering that he's gay? Like, how did you deal and feel about that?
Well, and that's the other thing too, that as an audience, you know, everyone just gets to sit and watch this amazing story. But you know, this was also so funny to say back in the day, but 2011, you know, having a gay storyline was, you know, so they were also battling that behind the scenes of how do we show this? How do we do it right? Because there is two different audiences, and they, as the producers and writers, and everyone had to make the decision to just tell this story.
Yeah.
Because I know we started telling it, then it kind of broke off. If everyone remembers for a little bit, I think everyone kind of pulled back, and then they were like, "We got to do this," and we did it beautifully. And that was the conversation we had: is we wanted to be tasteful and passionate and make it real, because then you're gypping the storyline if it's not authentic and passionate. So I think they accomplished that greatly. They showed someone who was comfortable already being out. You didn't want to see 2-3 characters come out. I mean, that's the same storyline. So to have, you know, him coming out, being friends, and I love the story of friends falling in love. Yeah. You know, that's the other thing too. How cool is that you fall in love with your best friend? So I like that. Then they brought in Paul as the triangle. I was excited that I was with a pro athlete. That's pretty badass. So, but you know, because Will also kind of took a turn for the worse. I mean, he was very immature, and that's he was immature. Yeah. And it really affected our marriage because Sonny was trying to climb, and Will was kind of just being immature.
Sammy Jr., as we like
Sammy
to
Jr.
call him.
So it did get all twisted, and you know, I still NBC, if they were to ever get a clip of this, I think having a spin-off of back when because living with the baby mama and the baby at the time when like me and Will were living with Gabby and the baby would be such a funny like sitcom.
Yes, definitely, yes.
Of, you know, I think that'd be really cool, and to keep the character's name but have them like he comes back from the dead or whatever, but we moved somewhere else in Chicago, or we moved somewhere, and you continue to have that story. I think it'd be cool to see a love story, you know, spin off from that, because I think everyone did a great job.
Yeah.
If most folks don't realize, you were the first openly gay contract player on a soap.
Yeah.
There have been other soap characters, but you're the first one who was on contract. So that's a big deal. Number two, what I liked about your storyline, about you especially on the show, they treated you like a regular soap character and soap characters. Your storylines could have been transformed into straight people, could transform into two women. It could have it was like you guys were treated kind of like soaps.
Yeah.
But you happen to be gay.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Well, it's great, and I've said this before too. Is that was every conversation. My first few years was all about ooh, first gay character. What's it like? Blah blah blah. Or Sonny, first gay character. Like it was never just like Sonny. And then there was a point where you know it's like your sexuality is a part of you. It's not you. It's like a part of you. And it was great to see that evolution happen where now it's just Wilson. Like no one even talks about them being two guys. Like, it's just, they're just in love, and it's a power couple. And there's a lot of people that really put us as one of the top power couples in all the soaps. And like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, I kind of swayed, and I liked Paulson
Yes, me too.
a lot. Like better, like once, you know.
Well, you guys are more mature because you guys have been out. I mean, Will, like you just said a second ago, he was just still coming out. He's still young in this kind of thing. You and Paul have been around the block a while.
Yeah, I think if
You make them sound like hoes.
Oh, you know what I mean? Like they've been around the block around. The way they came across, like they had been out there and they took care of
more
business.
than around the block.
Yeah,
We've been
exactly.
to France and back.
Exactly. Hello. What's going on?
So if it would have continued and Paul and Sonny would have got together, I think it would have been an interesting take on a more mature relationship. You know, if we went that route. But it kind of just...
Yeah, it did. I'm a little worried about...
I keep sitting here going, should I get into this now, or should I wait till the next episode and talk about all my rantings? But
well, let's rant.
Rant a little bit. Do a little bit. Can you do a little bit? Because he's on the show. He's here.
Yeah, but it's not really like I don't want to take away from your time. This is about you.
It's all
Not my issues.
Okay.
Oh, he stopped himself.
I'll sit to the next episode on the couch.
on the couch.
He stopped himself, Tony.
He did.
That's
He
crazy.
did.
Yeah.
So what
I've matured since I've been with Billy.
Oh my Jesus.
I mean, did you take a dip in Niagara Falls and it just completely changed you?
Oh, was I in Niagara? I didn't even see the falls.
Oh, God.
I'll say one quick thing. Someone says on the chat room, Annie Goins says, I've always loved the relationship between Sonny and Ari. And I was going to ask about that, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Little Ari.
Little Ari. Because you delivered her. Well, you didn't. Your character delivered her into the world, and you were much more than just a stepfather. Yes. You were more than that. You were another parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it was great, and to watch them grow up, and there was a lot of things I learned about, because I don't have any like brothers and sisters. My cousins I was closest to, like, no one's had kids in my family, and I'm 27, so I really never had any
nieces or nephews.
No. So like I've never even held little babies. So like it pretty much taught me.
Oh, wow.
I learned a lot being on set of how to hold and how to do all that. But that's all like, I guess it works for the character because I've never had a kid, neither have I.
Right.
I don't know what it's like to hold a baby. So they would come in and show me how to hold her head at the beginning. And how to, and then you were terrified when they were young. But as they got older, it was just kind of like, go stand on the couch.
Yeah.
Like real life.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
So what was the dynamic like between you and Chandler and you and Guy? Because of course when the switch happened between Chandler and Guy, as an audience we of course had to get used to Guy, which most of us did. But like, how was for you as an actor, was there a different dynamic between you and Chandler and you and Guy?
Yeah. It was also at such a peak where, like, for instance, if I was 4 years into the show and then the switch happened, I think it would have been different as well. But I was still growing as an actor and growing as a character. And at that point, it's like we were telling the coming out story. But I think if they were going to do that, I think they did it at the right time.
Yeah.
Because of the transition. If they would have been like, he's coming out and then our first kiss was with Guy, it would be like weird.
Got it.
But I feel like we told a chapter between Chandler, Freddie, and then a new chapter started. They wanted me to actually, propose to Guy to not completely blow people's minds. Where if I would have proposed to Chandler, and then, you know what I mean? So I think they did the best they possibly. I think it was a great decision because if I would have proposed to Chandler and then married Guy,
it would have been weird.
It would have been more weird. To do that. But he really filled the shoes, quickly, and we did our best within 4 days to get to know each other and build that chemistry. So. It was kind of tricky, but Guy's an easygoing person, and we just kind of picked up, and yet again, it was about the story of just continuing the story. Yeah. And that's the, and for the audience too, it's like, I mean, we just did the best we could with that, acting with a completely new person.
Yeah.
So.
And especially when, like, you've worked with someone for so long and you guys have built and you have a chemistry and then it's like, boom, and it's like, we're already in the midst of the story. We already have to have this chemistry and you kind of have to, like, build that with someone new. I'm sure that has to be a little difficult, but you guys did it flawlessly, I think.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it was tough, but yet again, we have to, we had to do the best we could with that. So
tell us one thing about Chandler we don't know about and one thing about Guy we don't know about.
And make sure it's okay for
Oh
Chandler.
yeah, just between us. Forget the camera.
Can we cut the mics?
Get the mics for a second. Just tell between us. Yeah.
So many things run through my head. Do I goof
fun or
off
something.
or do I just? They are, because the interesting part is I guess that I'm just going around the question because I don't know something super specific, but in general, it's like me and Chandler were both super young. Like I don't even know how old Chandler was when he started, or I don't know what his age is, but he was much younger. And then when Guy came in, not only like because I don't know if people know Guy's age, but Guy's like he looks like he's 23, but Guy's like 30.
Yeah.
I think you're 30, Guy.
He has a baby face. He has a baby
There's something
face.
we didn't know about Guy.
So everything is yet again. It's like when you're working with someone who's 23, you work with someone with 30. It's like the characters were just so different because the people were so different. Yes, they had blonde hair, blue eyes, but they were both two different people. But they were both great people. But they were both just goofballs. I mean, they were my favorite people to hang out with. Like it was seamless because me and Chandler would spend all the time in the world together, and we did some goofy things, and then me and Guy, the same thing. It's like they're just nutballs.
Yeah.
I was the stick in the mud at work. You can ask anybody. Like they'd have like cornhole tournaments. There's people running up and down, yelling in the halls. Like everyone has this great time. I'm like the stick in the mud who sits in my room, does my script, and like doing other business, writing, and
See,
I'm not the goofball at work. They were, and they gave me, they just picked on me so that I could, have a little fun. But I'm so, I don't know.
See, I understand that because I feel like the stick in the mud here. I'm always like, okay, guys, so like this is how the show's gonna be today. Let me take my notes here. Did you guys get that email that I sent?
That is very true.
Yes,
very
yeah.
It's a big norm half the time, so it doesn't matter, right?
Really? What?
It's a big norm half the time. We're like, sure, we get the email. Sure,
So
I was just tired of being the stick in the mud. So
he's the stick. That's about it. About all.
definitely not the stick in the mud.
whatever. FYI, we've got people in England in the chat room, and of course France. You're going international.
Can you say into that camera, "Hi, Issa"? She's your biggest fan of the whole entire world.
Yes.
Hi, Issa.
Oh my god!
And let me see. Go ahead. Sorry, I was going to
She's from France. So it's like morning for her right now or something.
It's like midnight. Midnight for her.
Midnight.
Okay.
And she said she was
for
going to
you.
stay up because you're worth it.
Yes.
Wow. Well, thank you.
Oh my god!
Freddie, before you came on as Sonny on Days, did you ever audition for Days beforehand for like a different role or character?
Yeah, I auditioned for.
I love it. I love finding.
He always does
finding
that.
this out.
Yeah.
I auditioned for. I think Chad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
But I looked that up. I remember I did.
Oh, that's right. I always forget there was another Chad.
Yeah, remember? Yeah.
I
Yes,
think,
there was
Casey.
John Diedrich. Yes, we met him. We like him. Nice guy.
Casey is a great guy. In Mark's
Yes.
eyes,
He's a wonderful-
Casey
He's a
doesn't
very
exist.
nice guy.
Chad started a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago. That's
In Mark's eyes.
somebody wants to know what you have to do to get a Freddie Smith autograph. It says, "Mark, please respond." I don't know why I'm getting yelled at for you not
you're
signing
getting-
autographs for people.
Is it all in caps?
It's please look at this, Mark. Please respond. I don't know why you won't sign autographs for people.
You know what?
Were you-
I have. I forgot to bring the pictures, but I want to
Yeah.
drop them off, and I can
Yeah.
have some signed ones.
See?
Yeah.
In general. Yeah.
So
there you go.
All right, all you gotta do is ask.
We're going to be giving those away, but make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
That's right.
I love how I'm able to.
Shameless plugs.
Yeah.
You have to.
completely.
It's advertising.
I was trying to find the name of the person that was in England, so you could say hi to her too. But I'm not. See if you guys scroll through and see it, let me know, and then you can say hi to her.
Or
too.
just do a roll call. Let us know where you guys are
Watching from.
and we'll
Yes.
give you a little shout out.
Please, as Isa said,
That's
please,
Issa.
please.
That's Issa.
Yes.
I don't know what she's pleasing, but Daquan says hi.
Daquan's in. Your
Daquan
buddy.
doesn't like me, and he's very upset that you're sitting next to me because he hates me.
Oh, okay.
Because I wasn't a fan of Melanie. I like Molly. She's wonderful. She's a delight. Just not a fan of Melanie. Not a fan of the Jonases in general.
Oh, got you.
Well, thank God you're not a Jonas.
I know.
Yes. Be glad. Be glad that you're not.
But speaking of that, how are you and Camila Banus? Because you guys worked together before, of course, and there was kind of that adversarial thing. But then you kind of became like brother and sister, so to speak, over Ari. I kind of liked that. How did that go for you?
That was great. I got to work with her again, and she just brings out the best in me. She was a great person to work opposite of. I mean, that's the scene I submitted for the Emmys was with her, and it helps when you're working opposite someone who's that amazing. Yeah. And so even this upcoming week too, I'm so excited to see how it all turned out because it was kind of a blur. There was a 4 days work that I don't even really remember most of it. It was just so intense. It's so intense. There's so much blood. There's so
much blood. Oh my god.
We got a lot. We have Florida, Denmark, Connecticut, Indianapolis. Vanessa is in England if you want to say hi to Vanessa.
We have
Vanessa.
Scotland.
We have someone in Scotland, Tracy in Canada, Virginia,
Tracy.
Missouri, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois. I said Denmark. Who cares where Daquan is? Ontario, Indianapolis.
You guys have this feud going.
It is a
Mark, I was saying,
wow,
please,
all over the place. That's
great. Izzy wants an autograph.
Nice. All right.
So you'll have to.
We're gonna make it happen.
Send it from a P.O. box. Don't send them your address. Jamaica. Yes.
Jamaica. Oh wow.
Jamaica.
Long Island.
Loves Freddie.
Look at that.
See, Days is around the world.
Right? Everywhere.
Speaking of everyone that's watching, we have to give a shout out to all 161 people who are watching us live.
Yes, very good.
Great.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Wow.
I believe that Freddie beat the record.
No, it was
did.
176.
Oh, really? It's okay.
176 is the record.
Is the record.
All right,
Ask who it
15
was.
people.
Ask who it was.
people.
It better not be Billy Flynn.
Was
it Billy Flynn?
And he was the first one of our episodes to reach 10,000 views. And it had nothing to do with me reposting it 3 times.
Do I have to go to Canada with you to get that kind of views or what?
But it had everything to do with Mark watching it 9,000 times.
I actually thought about it the other day. I was like, how many times did I watch it from start to finish? Well, this is what would happen. I would be like, okay, I'm just going to watch the opening. And then I would just watch the opening and I'd be like, oh, he's so cute. And then I ended up watching the whole thing. So I think I watched it 5 times from start to finish.
Okay.
That was it.
That was it, just 5?
Yeah, just 5.
I don't even think I've seen my favorite movie 5 times.
Billy Flynn wasn't in it.
Billy Flynn wasn't in it. That's why I didn't watch it 5
That's
times.
true.
So you'll probably surpass.
Yeah.
So, Freddie, you mentioned the Emmys, and you won
Yes, you did.
an Emmy for Outstanding
Younger
actor.
Yep.
Lead actor.
Made the cut by 3 weeks.
Did you really?
Wow.
The episode I aired, aired because you have to be
25 and under.
20, whatever the number is. Yeah, I think it was 25. You have to, when it aired, you got to be that age.
Yeah.
And the one I submitted was end of February, and then I turned 26 in March 19th.
Yeah.
So it was 3 weeks that I was able to submit for the younger
That's
category. So
hilarious.
it was pretty cool.
Wow.
But this year, I want to submit for either supporting or lead.
Yeah.
Go up with the big dogs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You should
Yeah.
represent Ohio.
Represent.
right.
So I gotta fish through a lot of the episodes and see what I like, and I'm curious how, like I said, this next week because it airs this next week, right?
Yeah.
All 4 days in a row.
Maybe.
I don't know. We don't know.
I don't know.
We're gonna guess that it will.
Yeah.
What happened?
I hope so.
What
Yeah.
was the question? Sorry, I was Annie. Will you say hi to Annie?
Hi, Annie.
Thank you.
Are you
All right, what did
is
you
she
say?
in the States or is she?
Annie, where are you? I don't remember. She just said, "Will you ask him to
okay.
give me
She's
a shout
from-
out?"
oh, she's
a
in
big fan
California.
as well.
She's in California.
Up to
That's
170. Oh, up to. You're not there. I mean, he had 176.
Oh my
We need
God.
6 more. You might want to call your family.
I should. I should call my
We'll
mom.
give
and
you a
say,
moment
hey.
to text your mother if you want and have her get 6
So how
even.
was it being nominated, first of all?
But I'm just gonna say that Billy was on Dishin Days.
so funny.
This is a spotlight on, so this is different.
Look at him.
There
Look
was-
at him. He's like,
So, Freddie,
yeah, I'm like, back to Freddie Smith. He's our guest.
we have unlocked Pandora's box when it comes to Billy Flynn.
So you were nominated for an Emmy. What did that feel like?
It felt it was great, because then you look at once you're nominated, you're like, I got a shot at this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was kind of cool, just getting that call, and I was like, yeah, this is great.
Okay.
1 in 4 chance, leave it up to fate, and then it just.
So when you're sitting there on Emmy night or Emmy day or wherever it's filmed,
Day.
how will you feel? How were you feeling?
During the Emmys?
Yes.
Well,
Because you one of the earlier awards given out, right? Or midway?
oh yeah, it was early enough so you could still enjoy your night because you can't really eat prior to
Right,
it.
right.
But then I was on stage 3 times that night because we did I won, and then we presented,
Yeah.
and then the show won.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But
That's
it all
right.
happened within 30 minutes.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was able just to
okay.
knock that out. It was great. But no, I was pretty confident. I was like, well, someone's got to win,
Yeah.
and it
Why not
should
you?
be me.
Yeah, right.
And not that I knew the other guy's work. I love the other guys.
The
but
laws of attraction.
I just was like,
Yep.
one of us got to. Might as well be me, right?
Right.
So
And
I
it
was
was.
really happy. I was like, Freddie Smith.
181.
I would have gotten up no matter what.
Well, so now, I mean, so did you have a face that was like very nice, I didn't win? Did you have that ready?
I would have just cheered. Yeah, I mean, like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's great.
absolutely.
That's great.
You
That's
know what?
great.
I'm one of those people that in a situation like that, my name will get called and I'm still sitting there like this. And then they go, and then someone has to go, it's you.
It's
And I'm
you,
like,
Tony.
oh. And then
yeah.
I feel like I would be the one who's not prepared, who doesn't have like a slip of paper, who's like,
Time's up.
okay, bye.
That's one thing I did want to do, because if I won, and like you said too, I generally would be happy for anyone, because at that point it's out of our hands. Like I was just like who,
Yeah.
if I win, wonderful. But I did have a list because I wanted to get it out. You know, I always see people up on stage not knowing what to say. I'm like, you had a 1 in 4 shot of winning. There's a good chance you're
Right.
gonna win.
Yeah.
You should prepare
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do, just so I could knock it out and not like have that regret of missing someone or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just whipped it out and was like, boom,
Hit all those points. I got it.
got it.
Now, where is your Emmy?
It's in my house. In my I have it like our second bedroom's like an office, and I just have it sitting in there, all nice and pretty, collecting dust. I dust it off.
Dust it off every now and then.
Like, sorry, baby.
Yeah, sorry.
Do you know that Chandler Lott gave his?
Oh,
yeah.
He gave it to a friend, or he lost it in a bet. Or
No,
something?
he
God.
gave it as a Halloween
Wink.
costume contest prize.
Prize.
He told
Well,
us.
when you've got 15,
Yeah, I know.
you can give a few away.
It's all one here, one over there.
We're trying
Here,
to get
take
him to
this
let
one.
us keep it here.
Yes.
He said if he can get it back, he would bring it to us.
He's
so we can have it here.
I talked to him a few weeks ago. He said I haven't forgotten. So
Oh, good.
one day we're gonna
And you're at
have it in.
And you're at 181.
Look at that. Wow. See?
Wow.
So that he
That's
wins.
really
Might
right?
get to yeah, he wins.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So
win.
there you go. So Freddie, I know that prior 2 days you were on CW's 90210.
The reboots.
And actually, that's where I first saw you because I used to watch 90210.
Yeah.
Oh,
too.
cool.
And I remember your character coming on, another openly gay character.
Yes.
Gay.
Gay.
Did you ever think that you would go into the realm of soaps before Days was offered? And
Yeah, I mean, I auditioned for many soap operas. My very first audition, when I was out here visiting at 17 years old, my mom brought me, and I wore flip-flops and khaki shorts into the audition room.
Ooh.
Silly. And I had my headshot printed off in black and white on a piece of paper, and it was
my
for
God.
Passions.
Oh, that
man.
would have worked for Passions. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
That's true.
That's perfect.
And I just remember just like it was so terrible, but I was always auditioning, and then oddly enough, this is kind of strange, but not strange because I kind of believe in you know, but this woman when I was 19 years old, I went into I was talking to this girl who worked at as a tanning salon like host or whatever
Okay.
works
Yeah,
there,
right.
and I went in there after work one day and I was chit chatting with her, and this woman came out of the tanning bed and she just goes, oh my god, she mentioned I was from Ohio. She like knew, and I wasn't on TV or anything, so she wouldn't have known anything
Yeah.
about me. And she goes, you're an actor. She goes, you're going to be on a soap opera one day. She goes, I think it's All My Children. And then she said a few more things to me, and I asked my mom about my family, and there was a few things she mentioned that were like true.
Wow.
And
Wow.
it was just, she just randomly just saw me and went like this. It was just,
Yeah.
and she like grabbed my arm and she was like telling me some things, like she was a psychic of some sort. And so I was like, all right. But then it was funny that I thought of that once I booked the soap, because I was like, she wasn't right on what soap opera, but
Yeah.
it was
Right.
kind of random because I didn't go to a psychic. She was just a random woman
she was
who
a
came in
random
there.
woman. Yeah.
yeah.
So I always thought I could, would be on a soap, and it's a good
Good gig.
platform. Yeah.
Do you remember your first day at Days, and how did you feel going into this? Because it's different from something like 90210.
Yeah.
Because they go quick, during soaps. So like,
I kind of like that. I mean, I think that's the, even for actors who have to do 50 takes, I'm like, oh my God, you go mush. You know what I mean? There was a day that I did a McDonald's commercial, and we did for 12 hours. I'm not kidding you, 100 takes. And by the end of it, you like, I forgot all my lines after saying them so many times because your brain gets so mush.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that we just, even like with films that I shoot myself and direct, like I'll always do a take or two.
Yeah.
Like I'm that's the kind of style I like. But most movies do lots of takes. I'm not, I mean, obviously that's what it does. But with Days, I enjoyed the quick pace because you kind of just have to go for it because you only get a take.
Yeah.
But they ease you into it. I didn't get 40 pages my first day. It was like 2 simple scenes, and I went with an acting coach the night before and really prepped. And I went back and watched the episode. I did pretty good. You could see I was nervous, but I did a pretty good job. And I was really thin then too. I was super thin.
Oh, wait till you hit 40.
Oh my God.
It gets worse.
But I remember going. I think my favorite part is I got to work with Judy and Wally and
legends.
And then I was sitting down with the casting director going over the schedule, and I was like, so when am I going to be up? How many pages do you do? Like, I was like the technical stick in the mud guy. But I was the guy everyone always went to on the show. They're like, Freddie, I have an appointment at like 2. When do you think I'll be out? And they'll give me the schedule, and I'll be like, you'll be out at 1:45. Like, okay, good. So, I just figured out the schedule. I don't know, but I was always the go-to guy.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Freddie, when do I get out? So it was pretty cool. But yeah, the first day was great. It was a start to a new chapter in my life. It was
Yeah. And how was it? We just mentioned Judy Evans and Wally Kurth. And, what was it like being in the midst of all these soap opera legends? I mean, you have Wally and Judy and Deidre Hall and Brian and, all these people who have been on the show for decades. How was that for you?
Well, and I say this with all due respect, and I love them all now, as we know. But I never watched Days. My mom watched General Hospital, so going in... without Googling or anything, I really didn't know who anyone was. Okay. And so I was just kind of like, these are just nice people. And then after it started airing and people started talking, I was just like, oh, wow. Like, and I really realized once I got consumed in Days, just how huge everyone was. You know what I mean? But I think my ignorance of not knowing just made me not nervous.
Probably good too. Probably really good too.
Yeah, but it's a huge deal. Like it's like they're like super famous.
Oh no, yeah, exactly. It was funny. So you've done 2 shows. Like Now 2-0 was a reboot, but it came from a classic show. You played Marco Salazar on that. You were a gay soccer player.
Oh yeah.
Did you play soccer in real life? Yeah, so you didn't know that.
Do you play gay in real life?
I do. I play gay in more life more than I do soccer.
This is like the third part, right? Gay
Are you done Gaming House?
No, second.
Okay.
I did a short film where I was actually anti-gay.
Oh,
funny.
It was
wow.
I auditioned.
So it's the universe punishing you.
I think it was. It was so strange. Like watch it. It was a good short film. But but no, I didn't. It was 2 roles.
Will you say happy birthday to Roberta? It's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Roberta.
And speaking of our fans, it's almost that time, you guys, for you to be able to call in and give us your questions or comments that you have for Freddie. Remember, please be nice and be kind. But our number is 424-256-1729. Again, that's 424-256-1729. Make sure you call in. We're going to get in as many calls as we can because I know a lot of you guys are very anxious to ask your questions and to just give Freddie the praise that he deserves for playing such a wonderful character on your favorite soap opera, Days of Our Lives.
What is the number again? I want to put it in here.
424-256-1729. Did you like that?
I don't.
And look, it's written big enough so that you can see.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. There it is.
So what is one thing that you've taken away from this role, playing this type of gay character in just your regular life that's working for you in your regular life?
I mean, it really opened me up to so many things because I kind of got to walk in the shoes of somebody by watching even Will coming out. I because I grew up in Ohio and we all did, and back in the day, it's like there wasn't many people who were openly gay,
right.
And so me coming out to Los Angeles and going through this movement as well, like it's crazy how far we've come in 5 years.
Oh yes, yeah.
Like mind blowing. Like it almost seems like you're like, what were we thinking in 2010, right?
Right.
Yeah. And you watch movies, and they were saying some like. You can't get, think about some of these movies in 2009, 2010 even. I even rewatched The Hangover, and there was a scene where they were calling for their friend and they were, dropping the F word, and it was just like, it's so crazy how 5 years has really changed and
Yes.
for the better.
Yes.
And I was just really happy to be a part of all of it. I just learned it's like love is love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people let that go over their head, but it's so true. Like, the world does not revolve around us. Like,
Yeah.
love who you want to love.
Like that.
Exactly.
Who cares? You know what I mean?
Because it's difficult to find somebody to love.
Period. Just period.
That
Just
sounds
in
so
general.
sad.
Yeah,
It's not
that's-
sad. It's just the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
it is. Just
let people be. We have
Exactly.
other stuff to worry about, rather than who's being with who.
This
Yeah.
is true.
That's
And
very
even
true.
with labels, I think that's where people get into trouble. Like, I watched the Caitlyn Jenner interview, and they were asking too, like, well, are you with a man or a woman now? Does that make you gay or straight? And it's
Right.
like,
It's too much. It's too confusing.
cares?
Right, who cares?
why do you have to
Just-
label if you're gay or straight? Why can't
Yeah.
you just like
Just be.
Just live life.
Yeah.
live life? You want to
Yeah.
hook up with a guy or a girl, just do it.
Yep.
Do it.
What's the
Exactly.
difference?
Agreed.
We do have a caller for
Okay.
you. So, caller, welcome to AfterBuzz TV Spotlight On. You are on live with the one and only Freddie Smith. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Dave from Doylestown, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Dave. How are you?
Doing well.
Good. You're on live with Freddie. Do you have a question or comment for him?
Probably a question and a comment. I wanted to know when Freddie might be doing any future appearances anywhere in the near future. I understand that you were scheduled for Boston, but that's not going to work out.
Yeah, and hi Dave, how are you, by the way? I know you.
Okay.
I remember
All right.
you. I remember you. No, me and Dave,
Okay.
we've had a lot of encounters. But I don't have anything scheduled right now for a fan event. But I have been getting a big response, or people wanting one. So I think maybe we should do one in the winter.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. But you guys will know on Twitter or Instagram.
Well, you let us know. We'll make
Yeah.
sure everyone knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you do it, make sure it's in Pennsylvania or Ohio.
All right. I'll probably do more Midwest anyway. It's easier for people to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Dave, for calling in, and make sure you continue watching us here on AfterBuzz TV.
I certainly will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's so sad because I'm hosting the event in
Yeah,
Boston.
and I'll be there.
So, and James is going to be there too.
Oh.
And now you're not coming.
So we'll
It's
go
their
get
loss.
drinks in LA while we're done.
Yeah, while
We got this.
They're missing
we got
out.
This.
All right, we have
We'll
some-
Periscope.
We
from
have
the
a lot
bars.
of callers. Hello, callers. Welcome. You are on live on AfterBuzz TV with Freddie Smith. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Ethel, and I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Hello,
That's a
Ethel, how
Pennsylvania
are
in the
you?
house. Pennsylvania in the
Yeah.
house.
Hi, how you guys doing?
We're
Good,
doing
thank you.
great.
I just wanted to know what happened to Addicts Anonymous.
Someone else asked it.
Oh, yeah.
Addicts Anonymous is we released it for free on YouTube, and we just kind of let the platform take its course and just wanted to give it to the world for free, and so the 6 episodes are out there. We unfortunately aren't doing a season 2, but it was great. There's 6 episodes on YouTube. You can look up Addicts Anonymous, and for anyone who hasn't seen it, you get to see Freddie in an interesting character, interesting light. So
I saw every episode. Are you going to have a season 2 coming out, or?
we're not in the near future, no.
Okay.
But yet again, if and when that were to happen, I would let everyone know.
Okay.
Well, thanks for liking
Okay.
it. That's awesome.
Thank you so much for
Thank
calling
you.
in.
Thank you.
And we have another caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV, first of all. You're on live with Freddie. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Veronica. I'm calling from Florida.
Hey, Veronica.
Veronica.
How are you?
Hello.
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Do you have a question or comment for Freddie?
I do. I just wanted to call and say congrats on your Emmy win. I just loved the storyline and just loved watching you on Days.
Oh, thank you.
And just wanted to see how Alyssa was feeling, because I know that how Alyssa was doing and how the Hiker project was going.
Oh, great. Yeah. Thank you for asking. She's doing absolutely amazing. She's she's getting there. She's about 98%, and so we just have a couple more things that we gotta work through. And but she's doing amazing. She's walking back to normal life, back to work, back to everything. So we're great. So thank you so much for asking. And the Hiker movie is in post-production right now. and we're going to be doing the festival circuit first. There was a point where we were going to release it online for Halloween, but we're getting a lot of bites in festivals and other interests, so we really want to go all these different routes to spread the word more massively before releasing it online. So within the year, 12 months, you guys will be able to see it. But it's amazing. It's such a great film, and it turned out really, really good.
Oh, that's very cool. I'm excited to see it, and I'm excited that I got through. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. All right, and another caller calling in. Welcome. You are on live on AfterBuzz TV with Freddie and us. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Susie Morales Smedley, and I'm calling from Georgia.
Hey, Susie, how are you? Long time no chat.
Doing great.
Good. Do you have a question or comment for Freddie?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate Freddie for being such an amazing talent, and let him know that he is so much missed on Days on a daily basis. We wish that you were back permanently.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
But you're welcome. I wanted to find out. I don't know if this was asked prior to, but I wanted to find out how you felt when you found out that the character of Will was going to be killed off.
Well, I mean, it was more shocking than anything because it was the last thing that I thought would happen. So I was just really shocked, and then all of a sudden I was coming back, and so it was just extremely sad. And I think that it's going to be a very sad week on Days, but it's very, very sad because a lot of people were truly affected by it as people as well. So I think just overall, you guys are going to have a very dramatic week of Days this upcoming week or 2 weeks, depending on when it airs. But everyone was very sad about it.
Well, I've been very blessed that I've been able to spend some time with Christopher Sean Friel and with Brian Gattillo. And last weekend I was in Nashville, Tennessee, and was able to also meet your on-screen mom, Judy, which she's fantastic.
Okay. Yeah, she is.
And we talked about that, and one of the things that they mentioned was that we need to have our Kleenex box on hand. And so as a fan for watching it since 1976, I am very, very upset that the writers have written off the character, and I just wanted to find out if the actors themselves were very upset by the fact that not only is it the character that is being killed off, we were hoping that maybe he would be sent away to France with you, or something like that. We would have had at least a happy ending. And I just wanted to find out what you thought about that. But other than that, I want to congratulate you on being we're looking forward to seeing Hiker. And we love you and we miss you and we support you in all of your future projects.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Susie, for calling in and always supporting us here.
You got it. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Susie.
After Buzz, like a bee.
You got it. You finally got it. 40 minutes in, Freddie finally gets it.
It all clicked.
It all clicked at once. Yes.
And we have, oh my gosh, y'all, look, what you guys can't see is that we can see, like, all the calls that are coming in. And, like, we have calls out the wazoo. So thank you guys for calling in. Yes. And speaking of calls, welcome. You are now live on AfterBuzz TV with the Dishin Days folks and Freddie Smith. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello?
Hello, it's Mark Freeman.
Uh-oh, I think we lost that person. Let's try this person. Hello, you're on live on AfterBuzz TV with Freddie Smith and the host of Dishin Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name's Mark. I'm calling from Virginia.
Hello, Mark from. You just made Mark J. Freeman very happy.
How am I doing that?
Mark, do you have a question or comment for Freddie?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I actually started watching Days pretty recently, but it was during a rough patch with my boyfriend, and watching Will and Sonny kind of made me feel more normal. So I just really wanted to say thank you.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I always love hearing stories like that, and especially we were talking about earlier too, is that years before people were portraying gay storylines, it was hard to probably relate in many different ways, and I love that they're really opening that up to relate to. So, well, thanks. I mean, that's awesome. That's the best compliment we can get as an actor, is when we've affected someone in a positive way.
Mark, did you guys get over your rough patch? Are you and your boyfriend good?
Yeah, things are good now. We adopted a dog.
Oh,
that makes it all better.
yeah. See,
Congratulations.
that's a step. That's how you know a relationship is getting better, is when you get a dog. Like, things are good. Are you still watching Days, Mark?
I am, yeah.
Okay, good. How did you feel about Will being the latest victim of the necktie killer?
I was so sad because I was thinking oh, maybe things will get much better because things are starting to get better in my life, and then Will died. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen here.
It's not foreshadowing.
Listen, if you look into your boyfriend's closet and see a red necktie, burn it.
Burn it.
Oh, gosh.
Burn it.
That's so funny, Mark.
Funny.
It's very funny.
Well, thank you,
All right,
Mark.
well, thank you for taking my call.
No problem. Thank you for
Thanks,
tuning
Mark.
in.
All right, cheers.
Bye. And we'll take one more or two more calls. Welcome. You are on live on AfterBuzz TV with Freddie Smith. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Willa from West Virginia.
What's your name again?
Willa.
Willa. Hey, Willa.
We know
How are you?
We know you.
Willa has been watching Days for... You've been watching Days for... How long, Willa?
Do what?
How long have you been watching Days?
Since I was 11 years old, 50 years ago.
See?
I'm
There
now
you go.
51.
Willa, can you please either silence your computer? We kind of hear background.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, well,
There you go.
There you go.
you
Perfect.
are now on live with Freddie. Do you have a question or comment for him?
Is that for me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to say that I'm a 50-year-old fan of Days of Our Lives, and I wanted to say to Freddie that I'm just so excited to see him come back, but another sad reason was because of Will's death, and I'm just excited to get on here. I love it. I love Dishin Days so much. Love the guys.
We love you. Thank you.
Well, thank you for watching for so long, too.
Yeah.
And I love you all. You're just so sweet. All of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just think Freddie should come back and stay on Days.
We
We
think
do
so
too.
too.
I know.
Yeah. We should write
And
into Days and let them know.
appreciate all the shout-outs I got from Billy Flynn and Mark and you, Tony. And
You are
Anytime.
yes, God love you, and I love you all.
welcome. Thank you, Willa.
Thank you.
And
Thank
keep
you.
watching because we have a lot to talk about during Dishin
I've been
Days.
watching you guys for go out and just adore y'all.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Willa.
I just love Days so much too. I can't wait to go to Days' studio one of these days.
Well,
One day soon,
We
hopefully.
hope you get a chance to tour the studios. I'm gonna cross my fingers
I
for
do.
you.
I really hope so, but you know how things work. The VIPs. No.
Well, you are a VIP to us, Willa. So
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, and Freddie, you're from Ohio, and Mark, and it's just next door to me. So that's
We're
awesome.
neighbors. We're neighbors
Yep.
for life.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love all these locals from Ohio.
Exactly.
And West Virginia is a great place too. I go to Wheeling all the time. I go to the casino.
Oh, I only live 36 miles from there.
Yeah, I go there when I'm passing through Pittsburgh to Ohio. I go to Wheeling, West Virginia, and get my casino
Oh,
on.
be daggone. Well, you have to meet up with me.
Let's do it, girl. Let's do it. I'm ready.
That'd be cool.
Penny machines. Penny
I
machines.
want to give you all a big hug. You know, I love to hug.
Well, we will definitely give you a big hug, Willa.
And give a big hug for Freddie there for me too. And you all hug each other for me, okay?
We will, Willa.
We will, girl. We will.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much for calling in, and we'll see you in the chat room for
Anytime,
Dishin
dear,
Days.
anytime.
Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
She's fantastic.
she's
Daquan
great.
wants to know.
Oh, who cares?
Sammy and Sonny worked together to protect Will. What was it like working with Allison Sweeney?
Oh, she's amazing. She's actually really, really funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just kind of enjoy your time at work, but then she also is just like, when it's time to work, it's time to work.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the perfect mixture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really enjoy all the time working with her. And I got to work with her when I went back.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, she's back next week too.
You know,
Yeah.
speaking of, since Willa brought up, wanting Freddie back on the show, and I think that if hashtag Maxine's son,
Here we go. Here we go.
Do you know Maxine's son?
Who's Maxine's son?
that would be me.
Him.
So Maxine, who plays the nurse, the head nurse.
Yeah.
I think I should go on and play her son. I think A, we look alike, and B, we both have like the sassiness. So I think we would work well together. But I think that to bring you back on the show, I think that when you come back from France, you come back with me, but we're just friends.
Yeah,
we're just friends. Like I'm your good gay friend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And so and then I venture into Salem, and then I start becoming curious about like my past and my connection with Salem, and then I discover that not only is Maxine my mother, but Abe is my father and Lonnie is my sister.
He's in.
Where's the part where we hook up? Is that not? I
well,
misread that whole entire thing.
Yeah.
He climbed it.
Yeah.
And then,
Right. Okay. So then there.
No, too late now.
Too late.
No,
Yes.
that day just turned.
No, that's an interesting
No
concept.
rewrites. No rewrites.
Because no.
Thank you for tuning in to Dishin Days.
It's not a rewrite. It's what Days does. Remember, we go this way and then we zigzag that way.
Well, here's what they should do: is once you get to that point, and before we're about to meet, they recast.
They recast me or you? You. No. Let me tell you.
With me.
With me. Let me tell you.
Chocolate twin.
If I get on Days and I get a note that says you're gonna get recast, I'm gonna pull a Deidre Hall like back in the day, and I'm gonna have people picket outside of the Days studio and say, "No, Tony will not go," and I'm gonna be at the head of that picket line.
Okay. Yeah. See, if you'd have written me into your story, and you wouldn't have been recast, but now that you.
But see, you didn't. See, I was zinging. You didn't let me zag. I was about to zag. Where we go to Edge of Square, and it's that one night. Like I'm just in such a disarray. Like so much is happening, and we get drunk, and we have a one night stand.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like when Tony's trying to dig himself out of a hole.
I know he's really deep. Really deep.
He called him out on it. We appreciate that.
Let's just tie those ties together.
See, I'm the sane one between two of these guys.
I know.
Like I'm the sane one.
So awful.
Goodness.
So now we have mentioned your film Hiker.
Yes.
That you directed and star in.
Along with
Molly Burnett's in it, and Spencer Neville.
She's not playing Melanie
as well.
No.
Okay.
No. I actually like Melanie.
Ooh.
I dislike Molly. It's
weird
that I work with her so much. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's the opposite.
He's the yin to my yang. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this the next venture for you? Like, do you want to direct more and produce more? Because it's my kind of shtick. I mean, when you're I hate to say this, but when you're just acting, you have no control over anything but your specific thing, which is great, and you're pampered and it's great. But I'm such a more like hands-on kind of guy, and I'm fueled
Guy told
creatively.
Us that.
Yeah, he knows. Oh, he knows. He has. He's the more hands-on guy.
There you go. Good one, Freddie. There you go.
But I just love being able to be that creative and make those choices, and so directing and writing is where I see my career going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I act in Hiker as well, but I love the directing writing aspect of it. It's my favorite part.
So is there any other project that you're working on now that Hiker is in post? Are your wheels already turning on your next thing?
Yeah, because for me, the Hiker movie was something that I was just kind of passionate about, because in 2011 or 12 is when I came up with the idea, and I wrote it, but the GoPros weren't like it was still fisheyed. There was no audio you could do, but nowadays there's even audio that these mics that you can put right in your cell phones, and people were able to record their own audio, and just technology caught up, and we were able to shoot this for literally nothing. And to make a feature film, because I know when Paranormal did it for 11,000, I was like, I want to see if I can do one for half that. So it was more just a fun project, but it turned out to be amazing, and it's just great. It's a great film, and the whole thing shot on GoPros. Not one shot that was not on a GoPro. So we had 4 GoPros running at all times. And so I had about 6 hours of footage, and we crammed it down to an hour and 20 minutes of just awesomeness.
Wow.
It's hilarious. The first 40 minutes is actually really funny. Because in horror films, it's always like the the dumb conversations like,
Yeah.
you two are getting married. And then they're showing the little ring in the glove box. They're like, oh, one of them are going to die, and it's going to be sad. He was going to marry.
Yeah.
It's like all that stuff's out of there. But we actually have like really good, like it's funny. Like the first 40 minutes is funny until the deaths start happening.
Oh boy.
So, but no, I have a lot of the reason I brought that up is that I have a lot of scripts that I want to tell a passionate story. I want to be able to affect people in a positive way. So I have a lot of really really good scripts that I want to do high budget too, not just a indie film. So that's gonna be the next step.
Oh, good. Well, if you ever need people, you just let us know.
We're here.
Absolutely.
If you need someone else to die in your next movie, I'll offer Tony.
You'll offer Tony.
Great. Have the black guy die within the first 5 minutes
exactly.
of the film.
Wait a minute.
Didn't do that stereotype.
Good man.
Yep.
That's good.
There's only white people in mine.
Oh, dang it.
You know why? Because we knew better. We were like,
going in the
y'all
woods.
go, y'all have fun.
I'm hiking with you people.
I'll see you guys when you get back.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I shouldn't stereotype
Our own
everyone
people.
like that. Yeah, but
Would you go cliff jumping? Have you ever
No.
cliff jump?
No, I'm like, no.
I will. I'm the person down at the bottom going, yay! Oh, you want me to take a picture of that? Got it. I got you. Yay! You guys are good. Yay! Oh,
So you got
I'm
a
in the water
cameraman.
now. Yeah.
Sure.
I do. I like that.
There you go. I will be that for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, cliff jumping I couldn't. I remember
rush.
when I was younger, learning how to swim, and we had to dive off of a diving board into like the deep end. I was terrified of it. I couldn't do it.
I did it at 5 years old. Scared my parents. They said, we need a
Off the diving
volunteer.
board?
Yeah, I was 5 years old. I learned how to swim. They're like, we need somebody to go up there and do it. And all the kids were 7 or 8 were like, no. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And they said they all watched it. I went, eek, and I did it. And my mom was like, oh my God, my heart was in my chest. I'm like,
It's fun. It gives you a little adrenaline rush.
yeah. Like,
Not me.
As long as you do it safely. Some people jump crazy, but if you do it safely, it's fun.
Nope, not me. Nope. So, with your experience with Days and everything that you have done thus far, how would you summarize your experience
On Days? It was a very, very good experience. I actually, don't have anything bad to say. The whole thing was positive. I think that's pretty powerful for a 4-year stint at any job. To not
period.
have,
Yeah.
like, I had no friction with any of the cast members, no friction with producers or writers. Like, it was just a friendly environment. Everyone's so amazing, and I grew a lot. Like, I made a lot of mistakes as a person and as an actor in those 4 years. But it was during that time of your life as a 22-year-old in Hollywood. So those 4 years were I grew up a lot, and I look back and, it was just a big learning experience in my life and as an actor because, we did over 3,500 scenes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rehearsed, taped, filmed. Like,
Wow.
you're not going to get that in any acting class. So
No.
it's kind of like amazing to do that, and I just feel like now when I look at an 8-page script for an audition, I'm like, yeah, I'll do that in the morning.
I got that.
It really helped. It shaped everything for me, gave me everything that I needed to go out there and continue to grow.
Yeah.
So I love it. It's great. I'll always love this hourglass.
There you go, like that.
Awesome. Well, we're running out of time now because we now have to do a full recap of this week of Days. But Freddie, thank you so much for coming in and chatting with us about your time on Days, and we're very excited to see what is going to come up next. And whenever Hiker hits the festivals, let us know so that way we can let fans know to go out and support it in whatever
great.
city that it comes in.
Yeah, let us know. We'll do
And whenever you get that appearance together, you let us know.
I will.
So that we can let fans know too, because obviously there's a need for it. So everyone will definitely look forward to meeting you in person.
Great.
Yeah.
And also too, just so everyone can follow too, at Hiker the Movie and hikerthemovie.com is where we have updates and everything that's happening. So and then of course Freddie M. Smith at my Twitter. I was going to say I almost gave an email. It's not even my email.
And you would get emails, trust me. Yeah.
So yeah, well, thank you guys. I appreciate you.
No problem. And Mark, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE, and on Facebook / the Mark J. Freeman.
And what about your hair Twitter?
Living for the hair on Twitter.
And James Rod Jr.?
You say Lorraine Love?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Long story.
He got it. He got the Lorraine part. He gets it. You can find me on Twitter at BlackHopeLA, and that's BLAKHOPELA, and James Lott Jr. on Facebook.
And of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Thank you guys for tuning in to our exclusive interview with Freddie Smith. And stay tuned because we have a full week of a recap of Days of Our Lives right here on Dishin Days coming up next. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
But later.
Well,
Of course you won.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.